never finished. Now, if you watch Go Get the Fuck After Your Dreams, you know that David Goggins has been inspiring me for a little while. I got this here. I got my little notes. Got my little points for the vid. So don't mind this. Before then, though, I was just watching some content. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing a little bit about David's message. But I decided to get his books. And I'm going to keep it real. They're extremely powerful. The stories and the tools in these books, they're immense. Keep it real. Can't Hurt Me. Teach you about discipline and overcoming yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, understanding the mind. And I haven't finished Never Finished yet, but like it says on the back, this is not a self-help book. It's a wake-up call. This book is about winning the war in your mind. If you haven't heard of David Goggins, I'll throw a video here called How David Goggins Became That Guy. It's a pretty good video about, you know, just his story and a little bit of background information. It's nowhere near the crazy amount of shit that this dude has done, though. So when I tell you this motherfucker is crazy, I mean he's psychotic. Regardless, there's a tool in Never Finished that David talked about has helped him a lot. It's an Evolution 2, which is basically like the tools after the chapter is actually done. Page 60 and 61. David talks about how he uses voice memos and audio to capture his pain, capture his suffering, his trauma, these traumatic moments in his life that has happened to him. And then he puts the headphones on, you know what I'm saying? And he listens into it. And he just keeps listening to it. And I wanted to read you guys a point from this book that was super powerful. If you find the courage to paint the picture of your worst nightmare in spoken word, then listen to it until it soaks in and saturates your mind, until you can hear it without any emotional reaction or spillover. It will no longer make you cower or cry. It will make you strong. Strong enough to walk out on stage and tell the whole world what they did to you and how it didn't break you. It made you powerful. When I first heard that, I was I heard that because I listened to the audiobook while I was in the car. But it was very powerful because, you know, I've been journaling for the past few months. You know what I'm saying? And David talked about how, you know, he's journaled before and it's helped him. And trust me, man, journaling has helped me so much, man. And I'm going to make another video on that for sure. Thing is, though, there's levels to this shit, like David said. And journaling is just, it's the amateur level. To step up, it's the voice memo. It's the recording. It's hearing the tone. It's hearing the audio. When we listen, it activates different part of our brains. I'm going to go to a little nerd tangent real quick. When you're reading something, you know, just eyes to paper, you know, you're just activating visuals, you know, it's your eyes. And that visuals has to, you know, get to your hippocampus, which is the part of the brain responsible for learning and memory. Thing is, when you're listening, it's a lot easier for that message to get to you. Because your audio cortex, it jumps right to the hippocampus. It's just like music, you know? When you're listening to music, you're feeling it more, you know, you're into it. The same thing like an audiobook or voice memo, you know? This feeling, this tone, the message is getting directly wired into your brain. You know what I'm saying? You're learning it more. It's you're understanding it better because you're feeling it. You know what I'm saying? There's more tone, there's more emotion. And that helps you memorize it better. So when it comes to journaling, these tough experiences that you've gone through, and then recording them, it becomes very powerful because you not only get to level 1 where you can get it out, but you get to level 2 where you're constantly activating your brain. You're constantly replaying this memory. And that's powerful because, like David said, if you do it enough, it won't make you cower or cry anymore. It'll make you stronger. Now, thing is, when I first got tapped in with Never Finished, I actually didn't do this practice right away. I think I heard about this maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe like 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And like I said, like I was in the car when I was listening to it, so I couldn't implement the practice right away. But last week, I wrote this journaling session called The Truly Greatest Escape. Now, you can pause that and read if you want, but I'm not going to read it to you. I don't care if you do, though. And after that, I wrote again. You know what I'm saying? This one session turned into another one. And I recorded both of those. As I started listening to them more, they really started to settle into my brain. I truly began to understand that the power of audio is immense. When you're reading something, and especially when you give it tone and you give it depth, you give it that emotion. When you're hearing it, you're feeling it, You're reliving these experiences. And it makes you feel powerful. I strongly encourage that you try doing this. If you don't have a journal, hop in your notes app. And then after you finish writing it out, go in your memos and record it. I wanted to give you guys another tool though. Rather than just using this to process your emotions and stuff, and get past your shit, which is great. I've done that and it's helped me a lot. There was another session that I went back and did, which was called Fuck These Shackles. I've been holding myself prisoner for a long time. Which is actually, funnily enough, also had to do with Never Finished. And the story of David and his mom, Jacqueline Gardner. Regardless though, here's another tool that can help. Last week, I was sitting on my computer on Adonis School, Hamza's school platform. I've been getting tapped in, learning so much about life, business. I'm going to teach you guys a lot too that I've been learning. One of the videos I was watching, there was this document, right, called The Alchemy of Identity. Now, the creator of this document, actually, his name's Sam Ovens. He's actually kind of ditched this identity, document. He's kind of just said, yeah, honestly, just do the work. And then the identity catches up. That'll be another video. But in that Alchemy of Self document, he had mentioned voice recording your affirmations. When I heard that, I was like, I like that one. Listening to it constantly, what I'm saying? When you're working, well, probably not when you're working, that'd be a distraction. But when you get up, I'm saying when you're going out for exercise, when you're just lounging around, when you're about to go to sleep, literally. Go to sleep to your affirmations. Download it into your subconscious. That junk works. Trust. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's actually mad dope. Thing is though, I actually didn't even jump on the affirmations right away. When I saw that, it struck another idea for me. I was like, yo, what if I use the voice memos to help me memorize my scripts and learn those better? Thing is, reading a script, constantly and saying it back to yourself, that's easy. You can do that. But when you're listening to the script and you're feeling the depth in the tone of your voice, you're feeling that emotion, you're feeling the pauses, there's way more intensity. There's way more realism to it. It's basically like listening to music or like learning a song. You know, if you're listening to it over and over again, eventually you start catching yourself, saying those parts before they come up. You know this thing's gonna come, and so you're like, all right, I got that part down. What's next? I did that for last video. The secret to waking up early, and I did it for the first video. No such thing. And I did it for the first video. Stop thinking broke. It's definitely been helping me. Memorize and understand my points better. I can listen to it, and when I'm hearing myself, I get to jump in and be like, okay, I hear this. I want to add this point now, and I wouldn't have done that normally if I was just reading the script. It gives you that second layer, that second level of variability, and just difference, and it's obviously more relatable to what's actually going to be put out as content. When you're scripting, you're just reading it to yourself. Even if you're saying it out loud, you're not actually in front of the camera. When you're recording the voice audio for it, you're committed to actually making it sound good, like it was almost like in the video, and therefore you would be more focused, you'd be more on it, and it would make more sense, for how you would attack actually making the video. I've been using these tools over the past few days. I just want to share that with you guys because they've been helping me progress a lot. This writing the scripts and just helping myself memorize them a little more, just learn them a little better, so I can come here and give you guys value, articulate value. That's not something I did today. I'm experimenting with, just trying to use some bullet points and go off the top. So let me know how you like this video versus last video, or compare my first and second video, which is scripted versus not. Let me know how you guys think of it. But if you're gonna do one thing, do this: journal, and then use the voice memos to become powerful. Use the voice memos to conquer your fears. Download them into your brain so you don't cower anymore. Let them make you stronger. Let's go get the fuck after our dreams. Big YDC.